Stormbreaker is all about taking the next step in exploration gameplay. Making exploration work in Star Citizen actually requires you to go out and build locations that players want to visit. That's what we're doing now.
We were trying to push our FPS combat existing in-game and actually get players to feel like they're actually fighting for something.
Stormbreaker is different because you don't go into your contract manager to look for what to do. You just go off, fly down to a planet, and you start exploring.
We wanted to lead players from place to place and make them question what they're seeing.
So I want to be clear here. Stormbreaker isn't an event, and it's not a mission. It is a sandbox activity. It will be persistent, it will keep happening. Every single patch you can come back and you can run this over and over and over again, just like you can the Align and Mine sandbox activity.
It's not an event.
This is a continuation of the Regen Crisis storyline. In 4.1, we saw how Rayari was trying to tackle the Regen Crisis.
In 4.2, we're starting to see what ASD, a faction called Associated Science and Development, is doing to address the Regen Crisis.
ASD is probably best publicly known for their weapons research division, which has released some high-tech weaponry that's already available to put on your ship. But they have many other research departments, and they're doing their part to help out with the current Regen Crisis and the Second Life Initiative. They're diving into trying to fix the problem with imprints and regen. So it'll be interesting to see what solutions they propose. Now, over the years, ASD has gained a little bit of a reputation for maybe pushing things a tad too far. One of their weapons was known for the particularly gruesome effect it had on people it was targeted on, which gained them a bit of a reputation across the Empire for maybe pushing science a little bit farther than they should.
Stormbreaker will start with these data facilities that you will find on Pyro 4.
This is where ASD is storing a lot of their data. So you'll find a bunch of servers, and this is actively being guarded by security forces, which means you gotta land your ship somewhere where it's safe and then make your way down on foot.
ASD does not want you there. They will be quite upset that you're trespassing.
So if you want to explore the facility, you'll have to fight your way in. You'll find quite a few places in the facility that aren't that easy to get into.
As you explore as a player, you will encounter a new type of door access, the Lotus Scanner. You will need to kill the enemies in the area to try to pass as one of them wearing their outfit. It is just a simple door, but with this new mechanic, you can feel like Indiana dressing as the enemies and go inside the enemy lines.
Access granted.
As you explore deeper into the facility, if you pay attention to your environment, you'll notice a number of different places and rooms that require a bit of extra effort to get into.
There will be unique loot, and the more of the facility guards you relieve of the ability to go home and say goodnight to their children, you will slowly find the first piece of the puzzle that you'll need to finish this entire loop. So if you discover the secrets that we've hidden, and you've taken care of the environment, you've found the information, you've read through the information, you've listened to the information, you might find that your journey takes you to Pyro 1.
Once you arrive at Pyro 1, there's one thing you'll immediately notice: a huge storm.
It is just mind-blowing. It looks beautiful. There will be rain. You've got this very dark environment because of this overhanging cloud. You've got lightning just constantly going off inside the clouds. It looks phenomenal.
If you were to fly into the storm, you'll notice that your ship starts taking massive amounts of distortion damage. If you don't watch out, this can seriously mess up your ship.
Cause it to turn off, and you will plummet to the ground. If you don't explode, out of luck, you then have to walk out of the storm.
You'll quickly notice that you'll be affected by radiation damage.
So unless you've brought a load of rad pens, you're likely gonna die. And that's not even to say anything that might be in the storm that has mutated and isn't the normal version of what it once was.
So how do you get into the storm where ASD doesn't want you to go? On the outer edges of the storm, you'll find 3 shuttle stations that each have a shuttle that lead into the storm.
Once again, ASD don't want you there, so you'll have to part people with their lives.
These shuttles are specially retrofitted to allow them to withstand the distortion damage, allowing employees and also players into the storm.
We've made sure the roof is glass. It's using the old Crusader shuttles, so you can actually appreciate all of the beauty of the storm.
This is where some of the weather system improvements come in that we've been working on, where you'll see rain hitting the windshield, lightning outside, and thunder in the distance.
And also, you get a little bit of respite before the shit we're gonna put you through. So it's kind of like a nice, like, oh, look at this, and then you're gonna land on the beaches of Normandy, D-Day style. Here we go.
When you get off the shuttle, everything's gonna try to kill you.
You'll be immediately assaulted by loads of security guards outside.
It is very dark. The visibility is very low.
You'll start being affected by the radiation damage from the storm. If you do manage to get a radiation suit, you'll still find irradiated wildlife for you to contend with.
So just watch your back, watch your friend's back.
Your objective is to get inside as quickly as possible into the relative safety of the research base.
Once you're inside this facility, that's where Stormbreaker really begins.
All that stuff that you've done to get there, that was purely the beginning. It's the intro scene in the movie. You've not even hit the movie yet.
Inside, you'll find danger, mystery, great loot,
Death, action, cruelty.
audio logs, finally an alternative to reading.
Hello. Here we go.
New ways to open doors, which doesn't seem exciting, but we really are excited about it.
I'm really excited to see you playing with this new mechanic.
You're gonna find irradiated things.
Eggs, babies, screaming,
They might all be connected.
the horrors of science run amok.
You can find new battle vehicles that can only be earned in game. I said choo-choo as well. This isn't a fucking train. It's got massive weapons.
No, you just kept. You're just like. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. He's got the acting qualification, I don't.
I want players to feel something different to what they've been feeling when playing Star Citizens. I want them to be hyped for every bit of the mystery that they are trying to discover and all of the clues that they get right.
I think it's going to be an amazing patch. We've all been working very, very hard.
We've got VFX, lighting, audio, all of that is coming together to create the biggest, baddest content that you've seen in Star Citizen so far.
It's going to be cinema, as Zach would say. I'm really excited for you all to play it. I'm really excited to see you all discover it.
And the story doesn't end here. It really gets messed up in August.
It's really cool. I want to tell you everything.
So stop watching the video and go play the game.
Yeah, go play the game.